Hey guys, what's going on? Let's talk through playing in the key of C. Somebody had asked about that, and it sounds fun, so let's talk through it. Man, one of my favorite things to do in the key of C is keep this C fretted, that C note, that's my B string on fret 1, up against a G open. And once you've got that in there, a lot of chords sound good with that underneath it. So, the first one being your 1 chord, that's your C, right? But then you can also play your F, even without wrapping your thumb around. You could do that, which sounds nice, you know, like a little reverb on there. And I'm just playing 3 notes, F, open G, and then my C. Same with my G. Or you could let go of that. So let's play a progression, and I'm gonna move around with this F chord here. I'm gonna try it with this on the D string, and I'm just capoing. I'm just not capoing. I'm just fretting with my hand on that 3rd fret, and then down. That'd be like our 1/3 or a C over E chord, and then open D. So once you get the idea of what that is, you can play an entire progression with this in the top end. And you can even sometimes add in this if you want to get fancy, which is your G. It's a G note, but it's the pinky on the high E string, right there. So once you've got this little shape on the back half of the guitar, you can play all these chord shapes. Like your F, C, G, A minor. So all I'm showing is you can play all these chords with keeping this top half of the guitar shape kind of the same, and then you're just moving this around. So I'm kind of fumbling through that, but you can see I'm trying to look at the shapes to make sure you can see kind of what that is. So like, let's start with this progression. This would be like an F, C over E, and then you can go down to your 2, which would be like your D minor. Now D minor is this, for most people, when you learn guitar, you learn it that way. That's a really strong color, and sometimes that's really great for the song. Sometimes you want to hint at that D, but maybe keep that kind of top end part. Keep that part kind of in there, just for the right, kind of the right voicing. Let me show you what this sounds like. So it'd be like. So just a little something to practice if you want to work through that chord shape there. So. All right. Same principle could be applied to the A string. So once you've got your A, this is your A minor, right? You could do the same thing, A, open G, and then the C string, the C note on the B string. Or maybe you want to do, can you see that? I'm leaving that open G in there. So A minor. That's your G over B, or like a 5/7. up to the 1. So once you hear that, you can play all these nice little parts like. When you get to that 5 chord, the G, one way to do that, you could go G and then hit that open string, just your open B, or you could slide this note up to here, like when we play our G chord. So that would sound like. And you can have fun with that little hammer on. You can do that with a lot of songs. That's a cool little trick. You could kind of have like a. So when you're in C, you just have all these cool hammer-ons. You got one there. Right? So play around with that. You got your open G and your C, and you can play all these great chord progressions. All with just that one shape, and you're just moving the bottom notes around and keeping that top note, that G and that B string going. And then you've like got that option, or we talked about those two little hammer-ons. So just that's kind of my first thoughts when I'm in C. The first kind of thing I'm thinking of those chord shapes. And sometimes that's open like this, or without the pinky, and then sometimes it's that high E string in there. And again, those would sound like. Right? Key of C, play around with that, see what you think of those shapes. If you have any questions about that, we can explore it further, try a couple of different ways to explain it, but that's, when I'm thinking of key of C, I'm kind of thinking in these chord shapes. And then, of course, we can start moving up the neck and try a few different ways to move around. But for now, right now, we're talking about just this little shape here. So that's a great little spot there, and man, you can capo that up. You capo that up on capo 2, and you're in the key of D. Capo that up here on capo 4, you're in the key of E, and you're playing all the same beautiful chord shapes. You get those picking patterns. I just love the key of C for that reason. You got those nice shapes, and I used to not like the key of C on guitar. It felt like, how do I play these bar chords and make them sound cool? For C, I don't know, I would struggle with it. And then when I found that open thing, that open G up against that fretted C note there. Then I realized, oh, this is really pretty. I could use this for all kinds of things. So play around with that. Let me know what you think. Thanks, guys, so much for watching and for tuning in here. I love all the comments and questions and the engagement here. Super fun for me. If you want to reach out to me for any online lessons, I do one-on-one lessons that look just like this, you know, just talking to the camera like this, and you'd be on the other side with your guitar and I'm here with my guitar. If you're interested in booking that, let me know. I'll put a link below, but it's Daniel@DanielCarsonGuitar.com. Daniel@DanielCarsonGuitar.com. That's my email. You can just send me and we could work out a time to do like a video call like this for a private lesson if you're interested. All right. Thanks for watching, guys.